One of my favorite times to sit down and film a video is when I'm waiting for all of the online orders I placed to come in so that I can film a Mercedes shops, which is what I call a haul video in case you're new to my channel. Before I forget, I was watching a Viviana Does Makeup, I still call her that, I can't call her the Anna Edit, to me she's always Viviana Does Makeup. In one of her recent videos, she talked about doing an anti-haul video, which I guess is a new sort of video that's been floating around YouTube, and I'm so curious to go watch one and then potentially do one. I guess the whole point of an anti-haul video is to talk about all the things that you're not going to buy and why. And it's like so up my alley because I am forever going through this recursive process of editing a wish list, figuring out what I want, why I don't want it. So I just think it would be like such a fun video to do. Let me know if you would be interested. I would love to do one of those. So when I do online shopping, and now since I have my channel, I do my shopping kind of in spurts so that I can do a video. I do still do kind of like one-off shopping sometimes, but for the most part, I plan things that I want to buy and order them all within the same day or two and then wait for everything to come in. Today's video is like straight beauty products. There's a tiny bit of fashion at the end, 2 pairs of shoes I want to show you. The last time I did a big beauty product shop was in the beginning of December. So I guess I went 2 months without buying a bunch of stuff. Now, also excitingly about this video, I have tried nearly everything. So it's going to be showing you what I got as well as first impressions. Obviously, please keep in mind that first impressions are just that. My first impressions tend to be quite accurate, although sometimes products do grow on me or fall out of favor if I've initially really liked them. This video will undoubtedly be long. Let's get started. First thing I ordered were a few things from Beauty Heroes. I think they carry such a nice selection of brands and products, and if any of you are subscribers to Beauty Heroes, you always get 15% off in their shop. So the main reason for this order was that I decided to pick up the Josh Rosebrook Nutrient Day Cream. I went for the untinted version, which is SPF 30. This also comes in a tinted version. It is not cheap. It is like an $80 moisturizer sunscreen, but I wanted something a little bit lighter weight to wear under the Josie Maran Vibrancy Foundation, which has been one of my new obsessions. So I've been trying this for about a week. It's the last step in my morning skincare routine after toner, serum, like 2 drops of a face oil, and then some of this. First impression is exceptionally positive. I really, really like it. It doesn't leave a white cast on me, which is sort of what I was a little worried about. I had only ever tried here, let me give you like a little close-up of the product too, since I'm gonna be too lazy to do cutaways. I had only ever tried the tinted version of this product, and I was a little afraid that the untinted was going to leave too much of a white cast. But it doesn't. It sinks right in right away. It has a very, very pleasant light scent. It's not sort of sunscreeny at all. I don't find it chalky. I find it really nicely moisturizing. I mean, after a week of use, it's like a huge rave. I get a lot of questions about daytime sunscreens in the eco variety that I recommend. This I would recommend for normal to on the combo more oily end of the spectrum, whereas if you are normal to the dry end of the spectrum, the untinted Suntegrity is also really nice, but it's thicker, a little bit greasier, and it does have a little bit more of a white cast to it that dispels over time. But this one, I really didn't find it to have a white cast on me. Maybe your experience has differed, but very happy with this so far. Then this was a total splurge. It's one of the Red Flower body scrubs. I went for the Ohana Ginger Grass Bamboo Scrub, and this is actually something that I haven't yet tried. One of the only things in this video that I haven't tried yet. I just figured that if I tried it, it was gonna be too messy to put back in the box to show you. I needed a new body scrub. I do lots of methods of body exfoliation, but I just felt like treating myself to a nice scrub. I love Red Flower products. The Arctic Berry Cloud Milk Cream is just such a beautiful product. So I don't talk about body care a lot, but Red Flower and Islay, the UK spa range, are like my 2 favorites for body care. So this is what the full size looks like. It's in plastic packaging. but you get a really substantial amount. This is like over $60. So it was like a total splurge. I really hope I like the way it smells too. It's this one, or they also do a lemon coffee one, and I just felt a little more drawn to this one. It smells really nice. It smells gingery for sure. So it's bamboo powder, bamboo sap, walnut shell powder, sea algae, ginger oil, fir oil, lime oil. It's said to promote circulation, stimulate blood flow. I'm really excited to try it. So I'll just have to let you guys know if it's really worth it. I'll probably try the lemon coffee one eventually too. I also picked up another one of these xoxo face cloths because I love the one that came in the moon box so much. So they don't sell those exact ones. They had two different xoxo cloths on Beauty Hero's website. They have an organic cotton and an organic rayon. I went for the organic cotton. And as you can see, it's bigger than the sort of little washcloth shaped one that came in the Beauty Heroes box. Yeah, I'm kind of obsessed with this. These are $12 a piece, so they are not inexpensive, but very beautiful. I feel like with every Beauty Heroes order from here on out, I'm gonna like add one of these to my collection so that I have a little stack. I'd like to have like 4 or 5 in rotation. And then because I spent too much money, I got the Love More promotion for January, which I was excited about, and it is the Lil Fox Mystic Awakening Rosemary Toning Mist with Amethyst Infusion. I have tried it. It is extremely herbally. This is probably going to come to my office as more of a sort of during the day aromatherapy experience refresh, because I love the smell of rosemary, but it's not exactly what I want as part of that step in my skincare routine, if that makes sense. But for a during the day sort of refresh, I really like it for that. Rosemary is a very, for me anyway, it's a very sort of stimulating scent and refreshing, so it's really, really nice for pick-me-up during a work day. So yeah, I love having travel hydrosols around. I feel like people in my office probably think I'm like a freak because I have this whole section of just like mists and crystals. Seriously, I have crystals at work. Moisturizer, and it's just like my little apothecary at work. So this will probably go live there. Let's do Detox Market next. This was actually what I was waiting on to film this video, because one of the things they sent was wrong, so I had to wait for them to send the correct item. So I'm gonna start with this, which is actually what's on my lips, and I was like, can I really film a video in this lip color? So it is the Rituel de Fille lipstick in the color Fortune Teller. Now, you know when I have that now expression, it means that I'm about to like lay into a product, I feel like. So I have been meaning to try this brand for such a long time, and actually I was just watching a Jamie Greenberg video, who's a celebrity makeup artist that I follow, and she just used one of their loose pigments on an eye look from like a couple years ago, and now I'm obsessed and I want that eye pigment, even though I don't even like wear eye makeup really. I figured a lip product was a safe bet to start with them. I just perpetually will gravitate towards a dark, super vampy burgundy lip. I just love it. I know that I might look like a little bit goth, but it's just a color family that I'm like on a quest for amassing in my collection. Anything to the dark side of red, like anything burgundy or plum or purple or deep, deep blue red. I just live for those colors on my lips. Okay. I'm going to return this because the formula is very problematic. I don't know if you'll be able to tell on camera, but I have since come to learn, which puts previous reviews of vampy lipsticks I've done in context. Apparently these sorts of shades are very difficult to formulate. I guess the pigments have a lot of issues adhering to the lips or staying in the formula. I don't really know the first thing about formulating a lip color, but I had recently had a similar issue with the formula of the Little Bite 100-point perk in Licorice being patchy. What I noticed about that one and now this one, the pigment just breaks up on the lips and it's almost like it crumbles off. It does feel like sort of moisturizing, These have kind of a light, like natural smell. You might even be able to tell if I do a close-up. The sort of tip of the lipstick is also sort of crumbly looking. So there's something about the formulation of this particular color that I don't like, and I'm not gonna keep it. I do like the color, but so there's probably gonna be more Rituel de Fille in my future, just not this fortune teller lip color, alas. Okay, then I had to restock my petal mask from Mahalo. I would have gotten this from Beauty Heroes actually, but they were out of stock on there. Okay, so I made sure to try this because I had a slight hesitation that there was going to be some batch inconsistency. My original petal, I literally have like 1 or 2 uses left. It's living in the refrigerator and I've had it since last February. It hasn't gone bad or anything, but well, actually, now that I'm thinking about what I'm gonna say about this product, maybe you'll say that my current one has gone bad. I have used this batch twice. I wanted to make sure that I really tested it. So the 2 things I noticed are that the scent profile is slightly different and I can't pinpoint how. I think it might just be with these sort of handcrafted batch by batch products, there is going to be a little bit of differentiation between batches. I know Tata Harper's products deal with this too. I think it's just part and parcel of sort of handmade brands that rely on crops that are not exactly homogenized all the time. The first time I used it, it tingled on my skin and I didn't really like that. The one that I have been using for the last year never tingled on my skin. So I was gonna say maybe the fact that my current one that I'm almost done with doesn't tingle means it's sort of gone off and lost potency, but it never really tingled on the skin that I can remember. After my first use of this one, I was sort of like, oh man, I might return it because I don't know, maybe just the standard that I'm holding it up to, the petal that I've used all the last year is like I'll never find that again, you know? So I used it again, and I will say the second time it didn't tingle as much, but it still did have like a slight effervescence on the skin, which was just sort of weird. So I think I am going to keep it. I will say the results are still quite nice. I find it to be just gently but beautifully resurfacing to the skin. So the experience of this one is not as beautiful as my last jar, and I just don't know why. Maybe if I put this one in the fridge, that would change it. I don't really know. Okay, and then the other little splurge. Yeah. This is part of my quest for a cool toned mauve blush that shows up as such on my face. So before I actually show you, this is the K.R. Weiss blush in Abundance. So you can imagine my dismay when I initially opened up my Detox Market package and they had just sent me the refill. Because the whole fun of K.R. Weiss is the like completely luxe packaging. So I emailed them, I have to return this refill, but they sent me the full-size beautiful compact, which I'm so happy to have in my life. So I used this for the first time this morning. Wow, are these pigmented. Like more pigmented than any Eco Cream blush I've ever used. I am wearing it today. I don't know how well it's picking up. I also have a tiny bit of, oh, I'll get to that in a minute actually. No spoilers, but yes, I dipped a Real Techniques Expert Face Brush into this and just dabbed it on my cheeks, and it was just very pigmented but like super beautiful. So my first impression was insanely positive. I'm very happy with the color. I need to play around with it more, but it's kind of an immediate first love. Hashtag no regrets. And then they threw in a couple of Audacity, those little serum boosters. So this is the papaya and geranium serum concentrate and the acai and rose, which I've tried. These are really nice. And then there was a code for a deluxe sample. I think the brand is C'est La Vie Cosmetiques. It's a French brand. And this is a creme de jour. I haven't even like opened it or tried it yet. All right, well, no product is coming out, so I think it's like defective. Thank you, Detox Market, for a defunct sample. Then I did a Sephora order. I did decide to pick up a full size of the Josie Maran Vibrancy Foundation. I was like, I queried you guys in January favorites. I was like, should I or shouldn't I? Mostly everybody said yes, so you did enable me. Thank you. Now, I do share, someone was like, I vote no on the Josie Maran until she recommended I try something else. I think it was like the Kogan dough, or I can't remember what it was, but she was like, because the Vibrancy foundation packaging is so ugly, and I agree. I kind of like don't like the packaging at all. This swirl is just like super cheesy. It's like not my thing, but the formula is just literally very, very good on my skin. I've never felt that way about a liquid foundation. I got this in the shade Euphoric RG20. Let me do a little close up. Then, adding a little bit more Tata Harper to my life, I picked up the Contour Bronze because I've been so in love with the highlight lately. Now, I have to say, this one is not as much of an immediate love as the Tata Harper highlighter. I think I need to play around with it a little more. So after I did a little bit of Care Weiss Abundance on my cheeks today, I went over top with a little bit of this just to kind of add like a little bit more, I guess, dimension. I like it. I don't quite like it as much as RMS Buriti Bronzer. So I'm kind of like switched. I like the Tata Harper highlight better than Living Luminizer, but I like Buriti Bronzer better than I like this. Honestly, I might return it. I'm gonna have to play around with it a little bit more, but thankfully Sephora has such a good return policy, so I'm gonna keep testing, but not committed yet. And then I went for a little travel size of the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Mood Light. So I had recently talked about how I was chatting with someone in the comments, and I thought she recommended that I should try out the Hourglass blush in Mood Exposure. And I did, and it turned like bronzy pink on me, and I just really did not like it, so I returned it. It turns out she actually meant this color, which is a sort of cool toned lilac setting powder that she thought would be very beautiful on my quest for cool toned lilac plummy mauvey cheeks. So I have tried this a couple times and I really like it. I've used it as like a setting powder, sort of cheek topper on top of other cream products that I'm using. I think what I'm going to do tomorrow is Care Weiss Abundance with a dusting of this over top. And I like that they come in these little minis, so you don't have to buy like the whole big compact. One other little sort of one-off thing that I wanted to mention, I just did an Instagram post about this. Thank you to everyone that recommended different nail polish top coats for me to try. I ended up going with the, I think it's pronounced Isla, Better Than Gel top coat. This is an 8-free formula. I have never tried any of their polishes, but this was on Amazon, so I went ahead and primed it over to me. Just did my nails with it last night and I'm obsessed. Like, you have to see. I was nearing the like dregs of my Shisui Awesome top coat, and so I'm so happy with this so far. Granted, it's just one manicure in and it's been on for a day, but I'll keep you posted on how it fares in terms of chipping and extending the life of a manicure. This will probably be in February favorites, I'm thinking, though, because I really like it. And then they also threw in a 3-in-1 nail color remover, nail and cuticle treatment. So I'm definitely going to use that. Wanted to mention a few quick things from Glossier. Thank you so much to the people that shop through my link down below. It's given me like credit so that I can test out and try new things. So I picked up 2 things for myself. The rich version of the priming moisturizer, which comes in this pot, and the soothing face mist, which is just a rose water spray. I bought both of these to take to work. Adding to my workplace apothecary. I'm nearing the end of a hand cream, so that's literally what I bought this for, not for skincare, but as a hand cream. I have been using it as an evening hand cream at home before I take it into the office, which I have been waiting to do until I do this video. It's okay as an evening hand cream. It's not much super special. It has a light, very, very light, natural sort of baby smell. That's the best way I can describe it. It does function as a nice hand cream, so that's kind of all I can speak to about it. I don't know what it's actually like as a skincare product. And then this just kind of smells like a straight rose water spray, but I go through them so quickly at work, so I thought it would just be nice to have another one at work. And then I picked up a couple of things for my sister, who she wanted to try some Glossier stuff. So these were all requested by her. I got her one of the non-rich versions of the priming moisturizer. The Perfecting Skin Tint in medium. She was very curious about this. One of the Haloscope highlighters in quartz, which I have shown in a previous video. I told her that I think she would like it. Okay, slight departure from things I bought. I wanted to show you a beautiful little PR package that came in from one of my favorite skincare brands, Stark Skincare. I don't know how many of you know them. They've been around for about 5 years, and they just went through a rebrand, so they weren't available for a little while. I know the person behind the brand. Her name is Jess, and we have become friends through social media, and so she sent me her line to test out and share with you guys, which I'm so happy to do because I really like her. I like her energy. I like her vibe. I like that it's luxe but not pretentious. That's how she kind of posits herself, and I just think that Green Beauty has gotten like a little bit runaway for a lot of reasons, which is probably a rant for another video. But her price points are still very affordable and the products are really effective and high quality. I've been a long time user and very big fan of the Grapefruit Cleanse and Hydrate Balm, which she reformulated and is now called Aurora. But let me just show you what she sent me. I've actually only tried one thing, so I'm probably going to try everything and do a full brand review if you guys would be interested. The Aurora Cleanse and Hydrate Balm. This is the reformulation of the Grapefruit Cleansing Balm. It smells so good. Also, I just wanted to have you take note of sort of the new packaging. Everything comes in these canvas bags. This is what the logo and stuff looks like. Everything has like a little informational card. The other cleanser in the range is the Eclipse Activated Cleansing Gel. I'm very excited to try this. This actually sold out in her American store, so she has a Canadian storefront and an American storefront. Then she has 2 face oils, a City Recalibrating Oil, which is like a day oil, and this I think is a reformulation of the only other product from Stark that I've tried, which was the Cypress Purity and Defense. Another sort of tenet behind Stark is that they're sort of formulated for people that live in urban environments and are exposed to things like air pollution and smog and, you know, city living. So that's why it's called City. And then this is the Midnight Regenerating Oil, which I think is an evening face oil. And then she also just came out with a hair oil called Tendril. Now this is the only product of this batch that I've tried. I actually used it in my hair and shampooed it out before my last video, my Uma video, and I honestly felt like it made a really big difference to my hair. I've only used it once, so I'm gonna have to report back more, but my first impression was very positive with this. One other quick noteworthy thing about Stark's products is that she has moved away from using dropper bottles and gone for these sorts of, I don't know what they're called. They're like the essential oil dropper tops, and they're much more sustainable from a production and environmental perspective. I was communicating with her back and forth at the time she was going through the rebrand and repackaging, so I appreciate that she's also very attuned to things like packaging and sustainability. Just really excited to use these things and share them with you and like spread the love for Stark. This video is already so long, but I want to show you 2 pairs of shoes that I also just sort of impulsively bought. Honestly, I was kind of hoping that I would like neither or just one pair, but unfortunately I really like both pairs. I showed one pair in an Instagram post and one on Instagram stories. They are both from J. Crew. I've never bought their shoes before, but I desperately needed a new pair of like flats to take to work, so I went for these. They were on pretty deep sale. These are the Sadie flats in black suede. I got them in a 6.5, which is my normal size. They seem to run true to size. I need to break them in because this part is a little bit uncomfortable, but I think once they get broken in, they'll be nice. So I'm very happy with them. I think they look very chic. I love Dorsey flats. Also, I kind of just get to a point now that I'm doing kind of more of a capsule wardrobe where I just reach a point of desperation because the things I'm wearing have gotten like so tattered that I'm like, okay, I just really need a new pair of flats. And I don't know, that's like me and clothing shopping is just, it's like a whole other topic. Okay, and then these were like a total just impulse splurge. I have not bought a pair of high heels in a long time because I don't wear them that often. But in a previous wishlist video, I've talked about how much I wanted these sort of cobalt blue Manolo Blahniks. And these are kind of a nice dupe for those Manolos. So I really love these. Like, you don't even know how happy they make me. So these are the Colette Suede Dorsey kitten heels. Oh, they're called kitten heels. It's like a 2.5 or 3 inch heel. I wouldn't quite call that a kitten heel, would you? I also got these in a 6.5. They list the color as brilliant purple. To me, it's kind of like this perfect cobalt indigo color. This is like my power color, I think. It's like what I associate with being my power color. Like, can you see my azurite? Just like obsessed. I've literally just been walking around my apartment in them. We have gotten like 2 back-to-back blizzards. Like, I'm not wearing these out anytime soon, but yeah, I'm obsessed. I'm so happy with them. Okay, that was a bit of a marathon video, wasn't it? I had a lot to get through. In fact, probably too much. I think it took longer than normal because I was also trying to give you guys my sort of first impressions of this stuff. Super excited to bring you guys a Stark review and maybe on Maquillage and Musings where I'm using some of these new things. And I think that's it from me today. Let me know in the comments what you've been picking up lately or recommendations for things for me to add to my list for the next Mercedes shops. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video very soon. Bye.